Hello everyone, welcome back to BBO Interview Tutorials, and today we came up with an interesting video that is on Scrum Master. So we will go with the Scrum certification now, and we will learn everything about Scrum. And you can use Scrum in our all the project management related job. Sometimes those concepts are also useful in our call centers and everywhere, depending on what kind of projects, what kind of initiatives you guys are taking on. So let's start the course that is on Scrum, and we will see the history, introduction of the Scrum, and like what is the Scrum framework, and we will also see like a basic definitions on what terminology is used in the Scrum. Okay, so we will go with all this concept now. So let's start. So before moving to the originality of the Scrum, so let's go and understand about the history behind the Scrum. Okay, so let's understand the history. So basically the sum was introduced by the uh, one of the person, that name is Jeff Sutherland, in 1993. He introduced this scrum from an analogy put forth in 1986 study by Take Chu and uh, Nonaka, that is published in the Harvard Business Review. So these all are the theoretical part. I will explain you in a very simpler way. So the mentality or the structure comes for the Scrum with the help of two basic approach. One is rugby game, another is relay race. So let's go with one example. The first one is relay race. So what is the basic concept of relay race? In the relay race, one person will run and he will hand over, or she will hand over something, some what I stick to the another person, and they will continue. In this way they will complete the race, right? What comes here, it's a team management approach. You can see here one person is supporting to another person in order to complete the task, right? If you go with the another example, that is rugby game. In the rugby game you can see it's basically focused with the cross functional team with the self-managed role with together and create a product. Rugby requires a team as a whole to work together with to win a game. So this is with this particular approach, Jeff Sutherland and the other makers have introduced this Scrum. So let's start with the Scrum definition. So what is the main reason behind the Scrum here is you will understand with the help of these basic points. Okay, the first point says here Scrum is the lightweight framework that helps people, team and organize generate value through adaptive solution and on the complex problem. I will give an example here. You're working on a certain product, right? And you are from the developer team, and from the project team you got a product there. You got a like blueprint, I can say, or a software development life cycle, everything you have received to generate a product, right? Now your team started working on it. Now there is no deadline set, there is no like a progress is tracked, nothing is tracked. Just whatever we have completed by the technical team, we are showing that to the project team, and they are moving directly to the client and they're explaining them what is design. But what if there are so many loopholes? What if there are a deadline is not tracked? What is the length of the project? Everything will comes in picture. So to build all this rapport, to connect everyone. Okay, so the Scrum concept got introduced. Okay, it's a lightweight entity and which will give a great value on the complex problem also. Okay, let's go with the second point, which is very important. Scrum is the agile framework. If you don't know about the agile, check out my last study. You'll get the all the information for the project management, particularly in the software development, that focus on iterative development in short time box period called sprint. Again, I'll give you an example here. What is the meaning of sprint here? We got a project. Okay, we want to develop a product. Now what we did, we told technical team to just work on it without any guidelines and all. Rather than that, if we divide our task in a different parts, in a different sprint and a different time frame, and let's set a deadline, and we can focus on one after another, post looking to the severity and the priority. So let's complete the top three parts, then we'll move to the another one. In this way, if we divide all the products and it will track all the deadlines and everything, definitely we will, the end result will be awesome, right? We'll get a good product, and with the help of this particular parts, particular sprint which we have created for this short time period, and if we are showing that to the client also, the client will also understand, okay, this is the progress going on and that much work has been completed so far, right? So with the help of the Scrum technique we can do that. Next, Scrum founded on the empirism and the lean thinking. You know very well about the lean thinking. Lean basically removing waste from the process. This is known as lean. And what is this empirism? We will learn in detail in some time, but on a basic note, I can give you an example about the empirical here is the making decision and planning based on the actual experience and observation rather than on assumption and plan. This is known as empirical, which means what happens here when we divide a product into a different time box period, that is known as sprint. I will use a word that is called sprint. If we divide that into a sprint, definitely we will get a different observation. Okay, with the help of those observations we can create product more effectively, and which will also help in reducing the waste, right? We will reduce the cost, even we can improve the performance even. So Scrum basically focused on the empirical model as well as lean thinking, right? From the experience and the making decision based on what we have observed. This is what the line particularly is explaining. Next, move to the another point, that is Scrum engaged group of people who collectively have all the skills and expertise to do the work and share or acquire such skill as I already told you guys, right? So there will be a certain team setting. I know right now you will feel like it's completely theoretical, but by end of this video I will show you one framework. I will also show you some cycles. You will understand the definition of Scrum in more details, right? Let's move to the last point, that is a Scrum Master is a facilitator who help team to follow the Scrum framework and ensure the team effectiveness. I already told you the Scrum person is responsible of checking all the sprint, those are completed, not completed. If not completed, what will be the next process, and how we are showing the information to the client. Are we going with the completed product there? Everything will be taken care by the Scrum Master, wherein Scrum Master will directly not go. He will just guide everyone, the team who is available, like the team, like technical team, product team. We have like many teams who are involved in the particular project. Okay, so here we have seen two terms. One is iterative development, second we have seen empirical model. So there is a big theory behind it. We will see in all our upcoming videos, guys, and most of the time we will get questions on this, so be prepared on that, right? So let's move to the next point. What is the mindset we required if someone is joining as a Scrum Master? Okay, so with the help of the definition, you guys have understood that as a Scrum Master, definitely you have to do a collectively work, you have to do a time like teamwork here, and you have to trust all your employees there who are working on the product. You have to understand their problems, so you have to set your mindset very sharply so that the end goal should be effective and you can get the product uh, nicely. Okay, let's see some mindset that Scrum person should keep. The one is empathy, then trusted source, active listener, lead by the example, compassion, which means if someone is suffering or facing any of the issue, that person should, the Scrum Master should take care of it. The Scrum Master should know whom he can approach. Example, there is a technical issue, then technical team will support. If there is a security issue, security team will approach a security team. So in this way, Scrum Master should always support the team members if they are facing any difficulty. Motivator, it should have a neutral mindset, there should be no biasness. And impediment booster, again this particular point have a big theory. I will explain you in upcoming videos, right? Which means if any obstacle or slowdown or a block occurs while team progress, and if there is any issues, the Scrum Master should reach to the sprint goal. What is the meaning of sprint goal? Sprint is the sprint, we understood, right? Sprint is the small blocks. We have divided our raw product into small blocks and we are moving to our end goal, so sprint goal, right? Next, self-awareness, coach, mentor, committed to the team growth, a community builder, conflict resolution, and Scrum values. Now the Scrum values, there are certain values that we have to see when you are working as a Scrum Master. We will see in that upcoming video. So this mindset should be there when you are joining as a Scrum Master, guys. Let's move to the next point. What are the advantage of this Scrum here? We are learning like Lean, we are learning Six Sigma, we are also going with Agile. Now what is the advantage of the Scrum Master? With the help of last 3 slides, you guys have understood that Scrum Master play an important role in any of the product, right? So what the Scrum Master can do, Basically improve the team collaboration for sure, faster project completion because we know the deadline, we know the parts, we know the sprints actually when the sprint get completed. We are doing daily meeting to understand how many sprints got completed and how many sprints are still pending, and hence the adaptability means suppose we started a project, we are showing that directly to the client, there are no any changes occurred in between. But if we work with the help of sprint, definitely we can even approach to client and ask like if we do this particular changes, definitely we'll get this advantage. Same client will also come up with their options like they want to add or remove anything. So yes, definitely there will be enhancing the adaptability wherever required. Continuous improvement for sure because we are working in sprint, so there will be a continuous improvement. Customer satisfaction will get increased, cost will get reduced, increase the transparency because we are showing all the sprint to our all the teams who are working behind that particular project. And amazing resolution and mistake proofing will done because we are working collectively here and manage the timelines and deadlines. So these are the basic advantage we might get if we follow the scrum rules properly, and we can complete our project with the help of a scrum master team. Let's see a scrum team here. You can see here scrum master is a sole role, right? But we have a scrum team. In the scrum team we have total 3 pillars. One is product owner, which means I would say customer, right? And second is developer, QA and tester, I would say technical team here. And third one is scrum master. Now here scrum master will contact to product owner, also contact to the developer and tester, so that with the help of all this collaboration a product can be delivered by end, and definitely with a good quality and good like low cost with the customer satisfaction. So this is basically a scrum master role here is. Now the entire pillars are known as a scrum team. I hope you understand this particular concept. Let's move to the last point, which is scrum framework. Right now you will not understand what is this backlog, but in a simple way I told you, right? We have an entire product, we divided into some sprint. It will go to sprint planning. I will explain everything in detail. Then sprint backlog, sprint execution, sprint review, and shippable product, which means the product, the sprint or else the part which we have completed, we will show that to a product owner, right? From sprint planning to sprint review, this basic activity is known as sprint repository. I will explain each of the point in details so that you will understand how a scrum master and the entire scrum team will play a critical role in order to get an end product with the effective manner. Now this framework will play an important role here, right? So this is all about the history, introduction about the scrum. In upcoming topics we will see like what is empirical process, defined process, pillar of empirical process, what is incremental, what is iterative, what are the framework of scrum, and what are the scrum 5 values, who are the 3 major roles in scrum, what are the 5 events that scrum master do, and what are the 3 artifacts, what are the 3 commitments, what is the 1 activity. So everyone we will see in detail in our upcoming videos. If you seriously find information is valuable, if you find something is missing out here, please share your feedbacks and comment. Definitely I will try to improve here, and I will also share the best content possible so that you can clear your scrum master certification very easily. Still have any doubt, please let me know. I will definitely help you out, guys. So also check out our playlist. You will find many videos on like Six Sigma certification, trainers, quality, team leader. It's related to call center actually, but still you can see like MS Excel videos, Looker Data Studio reporting, MS Excel reports, dashboards, many more videos are there. Please do check out and crack your interviews very easily. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.